Hi everyone, I'm Alex and this is a puzzle called Hearts, constructed by Justin Weinbaum for the April 2017 Puzzled Pint. You may notice that the paper's a little pink to match the theme. Actually, I just messed up my camera settings, but let's pretend it's thematic. So here's what we've got: a title, some flavor text with clues, a bunch of rectangles with text. I'll let you read that for yourself. You can find a non-pink PDF of the puzzle in the description below. Underneath that, we have 16 blank boxes that point to the final love connection, which involves 4 blanks at the bottom of the page. Please try out the puzzle for yourself. The answer you're looking for is a word or short phrase. Stick around after the break and you can see how I solved it. So I'm going to start by reading the flavor text. Clearly they bolded the word 5 and then they italicized measure, so they're trying to clue us into something there. Then we have 2 columns. On the left are a bunch of women's names, and on the right are a bunch of guys' names. The guys' names I immediately see are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So that usually suggests an ordering of some sort. You usually wouldn't make a choice to make alphabetical and inclusive of every letter unless that's for a deliberate reason. So let's see. The women's names, however, are more random. And then we have these boxes here. There's probably a 6-letter word and a 2-letter word and a 2, 3, 3. Then there's this interesting choice of these hearts and then these little cutout bits. So it looks like this is the negative space of one of these hearts and they'll go together somehow. So there's no immediate connection I see between what's on the left and what's on the right. These ones look like they're responding to something. And the sport and the workout sort of seem like they could be related. So what if they're maybe the same number of words or words that are the same length? So like this one is 5 words. Is there another 5-word? There's a 6-word. Here's another 5-word, and we have nothing quite so short. So I don't think it's that. There's the possibility of words hidden inside other words, like, Thor? I don't know. Sometimes there are puzzles where it'll involve words hidden in that way. So then there's the possibility that these are referring to specific people, like, I don't know, Serena Williams, Zelda from the Zelda series. And this is an interesting word, ached. Like, it'd be kind of cool if a word on the left was an anagram of a word on the right. Like there's sport and bort, which I guess is possible. Here's something interesting. So the first letters of their names spell it Sizefive, size 5. So maybe we're looking at 5-letter words in what they say. Does each of them have one? Pedal, close, share, dance, sport, youth, radio, flirt. So each of these has exactly one 5-letter answer. That's probably not coincidental. And let's see on this side. Trash, shout, scone, prose, ached, ideal, trail, aired. I want to somehow connect those 5-letter words to each other. We can look at the first letters again, but they're all consonants, so they don't seem to spell out anything. It's probably the case that we're going to get 1 letter from the left and 1 letter from the right for each match. I really want them to be anagrams or something, or close anagrams, where it's like there's a 1-letter difference between the two. And there's never a perfect match would also work well with that. Or I'd want the 5-letter words to somehow match up with their names. And this has pedal. Wasn't there something with rose? No. Where did I see rose? Oh, rose petal? So can we combine them somehow? This has a lot of the letters in pedal. D, E, A, L. So P and I are different. Let's see if we can find other ones that are like that. CLOSE. SCONE. Okay, so that's enough that makes me think that this is on the right track. So it's very similar to what I was thinking before. They're close anagrams, except there's 1-letter difference as clued by there is never a perfect match. So, and I think we want to go by the A, B, C, D, E, etc. order. That's my guess. So the one that corresponds to A would go in the first spot of each one. We don't have that one yet. Let's fill in the ones that we already did. Petal this was 6. So the unique letter for the left for Serena was P. So let's put that in the 6th place. The unique letter for ideal was I. I'm also putting that in the 6th place. Okay, and let's start at the beginning. Trash, so Trash. That's very similar. So share. Okay, so E is the unique letter here. And T is the unique letter here. I'd really like that to be an O. There is an O in shout. Let's hope that's the case. SHOUT. Let's see if you can find it before I do. Youth, I think. Yeah. YOUTH. So that was not an O, which I do not like. It was a Y on the here. That's looking really ugly. And a S here. So I think I need to rethink what I'm doing right now. So first of all, let me connect these. With these dotted lines, they probably want you to cut them out, but I don't think I need to for this, and it'll just get messy, so I'm not going to do that right now. So the extra letter from here was a P. The extra letter here was a L. And the extra one letter here was a Y. Yeah, I'm going to erase this. If I can't figure out the right way to order them, I can always anagram them. Share goes with trash. The extra letter here was an E. Next up, dance and ached. So the extra letter in dance is an N. The extra letter in ached, an H. Then we have sport and prose. So the extra letter in sport is a T. Oh, that says plenty. Okay, well, whoops. I guess the ordering was just the order of these things. And radio goes to aired. And flirt has to go with trail. Plenty of. I'll try keeping it in the order from the left. So the first letter then is an I, which is nice. The second letter is an L. That's terrible. And I'm going to erase that. Oh, L is wrong. So that's why you want to be really careful about what you're doing. This should be an N. So that actually is better. In T. I'm going to guess now that it says plenty of blank in the sea, which would be fish for an answer. I'm just going off of, this reminds me of the phrase plenty of fish in the sea, and it fits the theme really nice, but let's go through and make sure that that's actually right before we lock it in. And so the final answer is fish, as suspected. So that's a fun little puzzle. That was one of the more difficult puzzles that I've done from A Puzzled Pint. So just to recap, there were a few steps. The first step was to either use the flavor text and focus on this 5, or to read the first letters of the names in the women's names, which read off size 5. And then that clued us into looking at the 5-letter words in each one. Each of their quotes has exactly one 5-letter word. And then what we had to do was find the 5-letter words from the women matched 5-letter words from the men. They were near anagrams. Each of them, there were 4 letters in common, and the 5th letter we put next to the people, and we ordered in the order of the women. I guess that sort of makes sense too, because this is indicating cut these out. And so if we'd actually cut these out, this would have actually reordered them into the order based on drawing these lines. Then the next thing we did was we read those extra letters, and it gave us a clue phrase, plenty of blank in the sea. The form of the puzzle pretty nicely indicated that is a clue phrase using this final love connection clue, and they very nicely told us it was going to be a 4-letter answer, and we got fish.
After I solved this puzzle, I talked to Justin, its constructor, about it, and he told me one thing that I found really impressive, which is that he found all of the 5-letter word pairs by hand, which is really hard when you think about it. He had to find words where 4 of the letters matched, and the 5th was one unique letter that went right into the clue phrase. Not only that, but they also had to fit with the speed dating lines, so it couldn't just be any old 5-letter word.
Anyhow, thanks for watching and please subscribe for more puzzles. You'll also find links to the other puzzles in this suite here once I post them. There's 4 playing card puzzles and then a meta puzzle that combines the answers from them. And now, a word from our sponsors. Lothario.